Welcome back. Brace yourself for angelic melodies and soul-stirring performances as the Gospel and Soul Experience comes to Pretoria next week, Sunday. Presented by Sir Duncan Productions at Mogotsi Lifestyle Center in Acacia, the two-day music event promises to be an unforgettable musical journey. It features, among others, Bishop Benjamin Dube, Solimo Holo, Ayanda Ntanzi, and Teboho Moloi. Joining us now in studio to entice us further is musicians Gina Mabasa and Refentse Mabaso. Good evening and welcome to Newsfeed PM.
Hello.
Thank you for having us.
I hope not to get your surnames mixed up, Mabasa and Mabaso.
That's fine. I'd marry you guys. Like you got it right.
So let's start off with you, Gina. You're a musician. You classify yourself as modern African, if I'm correct. Yes. You started off in reality TV shows, Clash of the Choirs, Idols. Just take us briefly through your musical journey.
Okay, well, I'm an all-rounder. I'm a performer, as in art, music, drama, and modeling. And yes, my career did start off in reality, as in Clash of the Choirs, and so everything just happened really fast for me, as in camera, act, light, you know. So it was really. But yeah, I do modern African music. I mostly base it on like Tonga. I'm Tonga, so most of my music is in my language, and yeah, it just speaks to everybody really.
Refentse, you are an Afro-pop artist.
Yes, ma'am.
Also started out on Idols. What led you to the love of music?
I grew up in a musical family with my mom singing, my father singing, my brother singing, my sister singing.
You had no choice, ne?
I did have a choice, but you know what I mean? I was bred into it. So I was just influenced by my family more than anything. And so growing up, seeing the impact it makes to people and to myself also, I was like, why not?
Would you say entering a musical competition such as that one helped propel your music career faster than maybe some of your peers who just started off within the communities and tried to worm their way throughout the industry, so to speak?
Most definitely, 100%. So what these music competitions do is they enhance your creativity, one, pressure, two, how you think of the industry altogether, also your audience more than anything. So once you have a bigger audience, you have more opportunities, you are busier and so forth. So yeah, most definitely.
Gina, you moved from the reality TV type of training and moved more into a more formal training. So you went and got trained in stage, drama, musically. How important was that in honing your talent and actually getting the academic aspects of it and not just the pure raw talent?
I guess for me, it's just like thinking on your feet. Like reality is, I mean, now I can't make a mistake, for example. I can, but I can't, type of thing. So moving from Idols and Clash to theater and whatnot, but I think it influenced me to actually take that route more than anything. As in, okay, like I just generally loved cameras, you know, the action and everything. So yeah, it just that influenced my decision in going to theater.
To get formal training.
Yeah, to get formal training, yeah.
And with you, Refentse, with your music currently, which spaces are you finding yourself in? Are you contributing a lot to other musicians and their sessions? Are you creating more of your own work?
I am creating more of my own work. I'm not releasing it yet.
Okay, and why?
But,
why are you not releasing your music yet?
Because there's just so much admin to that, so much marketing, PR and whatsoever.
Okay.
So I haven't gotten into that space where I want to get the right kind of PR for the space that I want to occupy, you understand? And so, yeah, I'm attending too many sessions. I'm helping other musicians. I'm doing a lot of features in my sessions and bookings, a lot of partnerships, a lot of events, a lot of bookings. So, yeah.
That's the route that you're currently taking.
Currently, yeah.
Yeah. So, Gina, you mentioned earlier on that you express a lot about yourself in your music. How important is it for you to educate in any kind of space through the music that you write, especially for those that listen to you?
Okay, so I can say the reason I said that is because I think I struggled a lot with believing in myself. So one of the first few songs that I wrote is called Moranziwa.
Okay.
It just says like it just speaks about self-love. So education is it's different for people. I can teach you about politics or whatever, my way of educating people would be something like self-love, love your neighbor or whatever. So that is how I go about writing my music.
In expressing and educating others.
Yes.
You released Nyeleti Star in 2021. How was that received?
I did bad. I think I did bad.
Okay.
Like he spoke about PR.
Yes.
It's my first single. So I didn't know. I just wanted to get something out there. Like COVID kind of like, I don't know. It was an eye-opener. COVID was an eye-opener. So it was a thing of, even if it got to a point where they had to like pay musicians or like artists that have their work on any digital platforms, I don't qualify for that. So I think it was more of pressure to try and release something than me being prepared to release it. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I mean, Refentse, how important is it for musicians or just artists in general, especially those that are coming into the scene, to educate themselves about the business of the business? Because quite a lot of the times it's the stars and it's being in front of cameras that interests a lot of musicians, but not understanding that there's marketing, there's PR, and there's so much work that goes in there that you might not necessarily be prepared for when taking on this career.
I think this help broadens what you think you want within the industry. Education broadens what you think you want. I mean, I was just singing, and then I realized, oh, I can now produce, I can play keys, I can just through education, right? And then sometimes within whatever space that you want to find yourself in, you're not as good as you think unless you are educated enough. Because when you're educated enough, then you can decide, you can choose, you know your path. You know this may happen, this may not happen. Or should this happen, this is what I can do. Should this not happen, this is what I should not do. This is what I should do. You understand? So education just broadens your mindset about everything, the industry, yourself, what you think you want at the time versus what you actually want.
Most certainly. Gina, the Gospel and Soul Experience is coming up. It's the inaugural one that's happening next Sunday in Pretoria. Talk to us about it. Do you know what the inspiration of the festival was about? Who can we look forward to? Who's on the lineup?
Well, to answer the first one, you can look forward to seeing me on stage. And, okay, I think me giving like a small description of what I think Gospel and Soul resonates with me is, I guess, for me, it's one of the few big platforms that I ever had to perform in Pretoria.
Okay.
I mean, having to share stage with the likes of Benjamin Dube, the likes of Ayanda Ndanzi, Soli Moholo. I've never seen Soli Moholo perform, so that would be great for me. I think maybe the thought process behind it would be, I just like the fact that they put up like up and coming, as in me and Refentse. Like I would say Refentse and I, like in Pretoria, we are one of the few people that are still actually trying to perform and trying to innovate. Soshanguve/Pretoria.
Okay.
You know, so the fact that the lineup is quite broad, as in you do have big artists and then you still have us. For me, that is just, that's just.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And Refentse, also to you, I mean, how important is it as an artist that is not yet on a global stage to be put on a national stage such as this with the likes of your Benjamin Dubes and your Soli Moholos and Ayanda Ndanzi? What does that do for your career?
Right, that's everything. Honestly, that's everything. For me, it's more like a highlight of this is where you're going, and so should you work hard, you are going to get to this point or even better or even further also. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, it's more like this is the light now. Should you work hard, you are getting there. Dark or blue. Do the right things, get your things right, you are getting there. So, yeah.
What can we expect from this festival?
You're nothing but fun, fire, all things amazing. Incredibleness, and us, all things amazing, like I kid you not.
Right. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We certainly look forward to seeing you on those stages, and I'm sure scores will be flocking to Pretoria to enjoy that festival. Thank you so much for joining us and for being with us this evening.
Thank you so much.
And that was musicians Gina, Mabasa, and Refentse Mabaso speaking to us about Gospel and Soul Experience that's taking place next week, Sunday, in Pretoria.